I'm going to start by putting my ring and my lid down on paper to help absorb some of the moisture, do capillary action, and mostly to provide a level surface. I'm going to line up a garbage bag. These kiln shelves, I have, I don't know, maybe 15 of these. I got them when I bought my kiln. They don't really fit into my kiln. I sometimes use them for top shelves, but they're good for a lot of other things, and they'll be perfect for inside this kiln. So our plan is to make about a 2.5 inch refractory. I have pieces of angle iron welded on, and that's the refractory is wedged in between there. So the idea is that this section could be lifted and taken off or put on, you know, according to the height of the pieces I'm doing. For the form to hold the castable refractory back, I would rather have used cardboard, but I'm still snowed in. So I have this insulation for houses. It's called fan fold foam. I use it to make RC planes. You can see it's not up against it, but as I start putting the refractory in, it'll push against it, and I'll just start spiraling it in so that it's nice and tight against. So that my form is rigid all the way up, of course I have to put another kiln shelf in here. So my plan is to just put in these posts to hold it, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to put them closer to the center in a line, because the idea is that the kiln shelves will be sitting in kind of teetering. If I push hard enough on one side, I'll be able to turn it sideways enough to get a grip. I've made a few changes to the formula that I'm going to be using based on what I'm going to be using it for, my requirements. Now I know you're asking yourself a couple of questions here already, and one of them is, how come Dan never shaves when he knows he's going to make a video? Yeah, mind your own business anyway. I mean, what's it to you? Now, I'm using still the 2 parts of Portland cement and the 1 part of the aluminum hydrate. Pea grog, I've reduced that. I'm only using 2 parts because I'm also going to be adding kayanite. This is 35 mesh kayanite. I'm still using 4 parts of Paperclay. The original formula called for 2 parts of sawdust. I'm using 4 parts of this paper pulp. Instead of vermiculite, I'm using perlite. I'm not sure what the density difference is because the paper pulp is so fluffed up, but I would guess that sawdust has at least maybe 6 or 8 times the amount of density by volume. So that's why I'm increasing it to 4 parts instead of the 2 parts that the formula called for. Now that this set up a little bit, I can go ahead and put in my form. This stuff will really tear up your hands. Now, castable refractory, you want to keep the mix basically just wet enough so that you can work it. So you're going to need to tamp it down in. A 2x4 works well. This is a table leg that has a solid end on it. A piece of pipe will work, but you're just going to want to work your way around. It gets easier as you go. Now I'm going to go ahead and spiral this around and tighten it up a little bit. Well, I'm done for now. It took 10 batches altogether, and that's where my burner is going to go in, and trowel off the tops. And the top of the kiln actually goes over the edge a little bit, you can see. And I did that because there is going to be some shrinkage. I did make the hole a little large, the cup that I have in there for the hole, because I figured it's a lot easier to make the hole smaller than it is to try to make it larger. I can always block some of that hole off. I wouldn't recommend using this particular refractory for, cone 10 with the changes that I've made, but I see no problem. Well, I'm not going to say I'm going to do testing first, but I know for sure that I'll be able to go up to the temperatures I need to go up to for my Raku and mid-fire clay bodies. So I'll give more reports and show you more when it's done. And after I do some testing, I'll have some more things to show you and tell you about the whole project. And keeping my fingers crossed, but I'm pretty confident that everything will be okay. All right, thanks for watching.